In order to explain the social process of communication, scholars have developed several models. The three most well-known models for communication are linear, interactional, and transactional. Today we're going to discuss these three models of communication, and afterwards I am going to give you examples and explanations in order for us to have a common understanding as what these models of communication are all about. Let's kick off with the linear models. Originally developed by Shannon and Weaver in 1948, this model describes communication as a linear process. This model describes how a sender or speaker transmits a message to a receiver or a listener. More specifically, the sender is the source of the message. A message may consist of the sounds, words, or behaviors in a communication interaction. The message itself is transmitted through a channel or the pathway or route for communication to a receiver who is the target or recipient of the message. There may be obstacles in the communication process or the noise. Noise refers to any interference in the channel or distortion of the message. This is a fairly simple model in which a message is simply passed from sender to receiver. While the linear model was highly influential during the mid-20th century, this model is perhaps too simple. Its limitations are easy to see if you pause to think about the beliefs about communications or assumptions made in this model. First, this model assumes that communication only goes in one direction. That is why it is linear. Here, a person can be a sender or receiver, but not both. This is problematic because communication in action is more dynamic than the linear model suggests. In action, communication involves a give and take between senders and receivers in which listeners are not simply passive receptacles for a sender's message. This model is also limited because it provides only one channel for only one message. Finally, it implies that messages themselves are clear-cut with a distinct beginning and a distinct end. However, communication is rarely, if ever, as neat and as tidy as linear model would suggest.